Welcome everybody to the latest episode of Real Spill with Shyne. This your boy Shyne checking in one more time. I got my homeboy Gutta. What's up, bro?
No more fam, man. This back to school don't whoop my ass.
Man, I don't even want to talk about it back to school, but back to school is. I'm glad it's him. Don't get me wrong. I'm
Yeah,
glad.
don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I'm glad it's him, boy. But man, everything hot this year, bro. Everything hot this year. And I got two high schoolers in the house with me and two elementary schoolers in the house with me, plus my middle schooler that ain't in the house with me and two college students and one daughter who working her hardest to take care of her family. But so, with me, it's money going everywhere right now, bro. It's money going everywhere. But I'm blessed and I'm thankful to be in the number one more time. Sit here and talk to my people today. Today is July 30th, 2022. It's a sad damn week. Glad to be in the number one more time. We got a lot of interesting stories today, man. A lot of stuff that went on since the last time we did a show. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump right off into it. I mean, our first story that we got today is from not too far down the road. Georgia investigators on Friday released body camera video of an incident this month that ended with a handcuffed woman falling out of a law enforcement vehicle as it was moving. The GBI released the video 2 days after it concluded that Breonna Greer fell from the passenger side door of a Hancock County Sheriff's Deputy Patrol car after that door was not closed. Greer, 28 years old, died of her injuries on July 21 after being in a coma for several days following the encounter with the deputies that began at her family's home in Sparta on July 14th. Her family had called for help after Greer, who has been diagnosed with schizophrenia, was having a mental health crisis, they said. And all of this goes back to where when instead of saying defund the police, they got to start saying move the resources of the police because they do need a mental health division. Since we gonna shut down all these mental health hospitals, we got to have something to deal with these situations because it's more frequently, because they used to have where the people in the white suits would come pick them up and they knew how to deal with them. They gonna go ahead and shoot them a shot real quick, throw them on in the van, take them down to the state for a couple of weeks. They come back, everybody happy, But now there is no step before the police now. All you got to call is the police, and the police aren't trained to deal with these kind of situations. The police are trained to deal with criminals. Now, the agency which is investigating the deadly incident has said it will release body cam video after reviewing it with the members of the family. Family members and their attorney, civil rights lawyer Benjamin Crump, have demanded answers about how it could occur. Now, this motherfucker, excuse me, y'all, this guy, Benjamin Crump, man, like, he is making a living off the pain of black folks. You know, every time a black person did wrong, we ain't looking for you to show up, man. Cause we know you coming for your percentage, bro. If you were doing this stuff pro bono and you wouldn't get no percentage for it, I might call you a civil rights advocate. But you taking money out these families' pockets for your own benefit, and then you get all the publicity. Ain't nobody gonna be talking about this later. They gonna be talking about Benjamin Crump. It seems to me like these lawyers are opportunists more than anything. It's like they still chasing ambulances. You know what I'm saying? But instead of chasing ambulances, they're chasing headlines now. They're chasing the see cause we know shit gonna go fucked up with the police every now and then, bro. We know that these people are human. This ain't no RoboCop out there. This ain't no Universal Soldier out there. This is a regular man who get up every day and go to work. Mistakes are gonna be made out there. We don't need. I know in our community right here, it's racism everywhere. I ain't gonna get it wrong. It's racism everywhere in this country and past this country. But everything ain't got nothing to do. Every time a black person ends up in the wrong part of the situation, don't mean racism was involved. Sometimes it was just a mistake. But now I do. This is my only question I have for the officers. Now, if I get in my car and my children ain't closed the back door good, before I back out the yard, my car gonna let me know.
That motherfucker ain't closed.
It's gonna make a noise, a light gonna pop up, gonna let me know exactly which door it is, the whole nine.
And plus, everybody gonna hit their seatbelt.
So, do these police officer cars don't come equipped with that feature? The way they know that the it's a door unlock, it's a door not closed. You know, I don't know. You know,
noise and a light for you to tell you that shit.
like they got a whole laptop in the car,
Right?
but they ain't got a light to come on to let you know that one of the doors ain't closed. You know, we gonna step on.
The same thing, man.
We gonna step on. I'm gonna let y'all watch this video right here real quick. Y'all check it out.
You say you want one too? Yeah.
Let me have one. You got your camera?
Yeah.
It's on.
I'm not drunk. I haven't had anything to
I'm gonna
drink.
pause it right there. As soon as a police officer clocks in and says he's on duty, that camera should be on.
Right.
I shouldn't have to ask you, is your camera on? As soon as you clock in until the time you clock out, your camera should be on. It's somebody watching you when you working at Walmart all day long. It's somebody watching you when you work in the world. They watching you all day long. These police is out here on their own admission. They doing their own thing for the most part once they on that road. So why we can't have a supervisor on them? You know,
Right.
and that supervisor is the camera. And if that camera ain't on, you should automatically get a charge because I got to assume you did something wrong. If you catch me hiding from security cameras and ducking and dodging, you're going to ask me questions. You're going to think I'm doing something. And so for you to turn your security camera off at any time, I got to think you doing something. Now let's get on back to the video.
I haven't had anything.
Smell it on you.
No, you can give me bring your breathalyzer. Bring out your breathalyzer. Bring out your breathalyzer. Bring out your breathalyzer.
So what?
Ah! Bring out your breathalyzer.
How you get a public intoxication
Bring out
without
your
being
breathalyzer.
breathalyzed?
Grab it.
Ah!
This is so sad.
Get on
Now
me!
you can get charged.
Get on me!
You own her. You're kidnapping her at this point.
Girl, you don't walk.
Her only charge. You don't charge her with public intoxication because her family called the law on her because she was having an episode.
Get on me!
They didn't want that.
Get on me!
I know they wish 1,000 times
Get
they had
on
never
me.
called the police. They could have dealt with it themselves at home a little
I
bit.
ain't broke no law. I ain't broke no law.
Yeah, I'm sure this ain't the
more
first
like go
time.
down like this.
Yeah, and you know a lot of times them people become violent and combative, and you just ain't equipped to deal with it. And you know, every day we get another reason why Central State Hospital need to come back.
Come back quick.
Every day we get a message that Central State Hospital is missed around these parts. Like I don't know what's good for Atlanta. And you know, for the most part, a lot of these politicians are located in Atlanta. So when you release all these mental health patients, they ain't gonna make it back to Atlanta.
No.
They stand right here in this general area. This part of the community got to deal with it. And we tired. We tired, man. You know, I mean it like special needs people need to get special needs.
Exactly.
You know, they need to have that kind of care that they need. Let's get back to the video. I'm sorry, y'all.
Get on me!
Hello.
Get on me!
There we go. It's on lock.
I bet you I hang myself as soon as I get in there.
Oh.
I bet you I hang myself as soon as I get in there. I don't care. It's more than one way to kill yourself. I know what you told me. It's more than one way to kill yourself. No.
Trying to get up and
Yeah, he
No.
said that. I know he said
Y'all
that.
better knock me out. And I got a flint, a sting in my heart.
Come on, Bruce. On.
No, where my brother?
Hold up. I know how to get it, bro.
Take me. You can take me. You can take me. I don't care. I don't care.
Get up.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Ain't nobody gonna take you.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
See, man, they like making them threats and shit, man.
I don't care. I don't care.
Now you just want to manhandle them. Throw it in there.
You got the other side closed? Yeah.
I would have thought the door was closed too. But she probably had her foot up against it. It looked like it closed all the way to me too.
Yeah. My damn Bluetooth. My Bluetooth. That thing on my ear. It should be flesh.
Man, you got to come back in the daytime to get that.
Let's see that shit. All right. Anyway, he said, "What now?"
You done head back up that ditch.
I don't know. It felt like when we were pulling up around here somewhere. Damn. Can't breathe in there, damn man. Everybody here somewhere.
2 carloads of officers to pick up one girl
Everybody here somewhere.
who was having a mental health crisis. I think that's probably all the pertinent information that we're gonna get off of that, man, because I'm sure that you ain't gonna be able to see her as she fall out the car or anything. But you know, from my viewing, it do look like they tried to close the door. You know, now mistakes happen, but at the end of the day, you have to pay for your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're in positions as of that. You know, like, I mean, it's a hard job, man. It's a hard job, you know. We're gonna move on to our next thing. We're gonna pray for the Grill family, pray for the whole Sparta to be able to heal from this right here, because you know it seemed like that was an African American judge. I mean African American police there too. You know, so I'm sure he getting all kind of messages and people saying slick shit to him too as well. You know what I'm saying? So you just pray for everybody involved in this case, man, and hope that they're able to come to a peaceful resolution. And we gotta stop calling Ben Crump and getting him rich off of our pain, man. Because at the end of the day, most of these cities and states and stuff, they already know how much money they're gonna give you. That lawyer ain't gonna get you no extra money. They already, all the lawyer gonna do is take money from you. That's all they gonna do. You know, you ain't got to go get this high power attorney for certain stuff. You know, they looking at y'all as a come up and they trying to make themselves bigger than what it is, man. Like being Crump got enough shit going on in Texas. He ain't got no business over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, motherfucking Texas, and he over here. Now he might just got firms all over because he that big. Now he done made so much money off the pain of black people. Man, off from what I understand is in Texas, and he over here dealing with these people in Hancock County, Sparta, because it made national news. Anytime a small town can make national news, that's big. That's big. Now, we're gonna move on to our next story. I'm sure y'all see it. Federal judge seizes control of Mississippi jail after citing severely deficient conditions at the facility. Now you know a jail got to be pretty fucked up for the feds to say y'all fucked up. Now, in a Friday ruling, the U.S. Southern District of Mississippi Judge Carlton Reeves placed Hinds County Raymond Detention Center in Raymond into receivership. The judge will soon appoint an expert known as a receiver to temporarily manage the facility in hopes of improving its conditions. I think we need to just throw the whole Mississippi away. You know, keep David Banner. Keep David Banner. You know what I'm saying? We would keep David Banner. We can't let nothing happen to David Banner. You know what I'm saying? But man, as far as the people who run Mississippi, you know, I'm sure there's some beautiful people in Mississippi. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about y'all people, but as far as the people who run y'all, the government in Mississippi, oh my God, man, like these people want y'all still to be slaves, man. They just abolished slavery 2013. It's still people working on plantations and chattel slavery in Mississippi today as we speak. And they got a black man that is the senator of this community where they still got this slavery going on. Like, Mississippi, get it together, bro. I know Georgia got a lot of shit going on. Don't get me wrong. I'm dealing with a case right now that I feel like was spawned through racism and people being mad because I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't believe that I live in a total racist situation. I believe it's certain racist people here. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that, and I do believe that when I go to court and everything will work itself out. And if it don't, I come on here the next day and I tell y'all all about it, and then we'll do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, Mississippi got some wild stuff going on, man. Like people need to go down there and check on their folks in Mississippi. If you got some people in Mississippi, go get them, bro. Goddamn, go get them and let them stay in your house for a little while and goddamn help them get themselves together, bro. Mississippi, goddamn, boy. Mississippi gave Brett Favre a lot of the welfare money. They were supposed to get some money to the welfare program. They done gave it to Brett Favre, goddamn rich ass. You know, man, Mississippi, boy. M.I. crooked letter I. Them motherfuckers over there doing some crooked shit. Now, next story, we got another body cam footage. I can't remember exactly where this one's from right now. Give me a second, it's gonna pop up. Now, this body cam is wild, man. The police is out here wilding. Now, Kansas City police, they say one of them shot a former detective because the former detective allegedly had stole the officer's gun. We're gonna watch the body cam real. Yeah, man, some real hood ghetto shit going on. Okay. This man already got gloves on while he driving. He planning to do some wild shit. This motherfucker got his gloves on all top. He went to what dude was running at? God.
They gonna jump in the car when it go.
He know better finna kill him.
Yeah.
He already knew that from the gate. So this is another dude. He ain't got no gloves on.
Hey, hey, relax.
Well, how did we know that former detective was the black guy? He got the gun. Oh, that's when he put the gun. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm good. I think I got hit in the toe. 1038.
He could have killed him right there.
1038.
It looked to me like he could have killed him.
You saved my life.
Well, that's a wild video right there, bro. Oh, I want y'all to jump in the comments, tell me what y'all think about that video. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know anything, I don't know. Holler back at me, put it out there. That situation right there was wild, but this police shit, man. I'm telling you. My next story, I got Will Smith thought out of all this time, it was finally time to go ahead and tell Chris Rock he's sorry. You know, I don't know if nigga can tell me he's sorry by slapping me on that TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how many times.
You didn't say me a bit there too.
Man, shit. I'm gonna need a couple M's from Will Smith. You know, man, I'm gonna need a couple M's from Will Smith. Dog. Man, shit, dog. Let's hear the apology. Let's hear.
I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Oh, Rip Man pan down.
I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and you know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and you know, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. You know, we had a great relationship. You know, Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment.
What's your take on the apology?
Okay. It could have came soon.
I thought that as well.
I just want to know. I want to ask him from the moment he went from laughing to he got on stage. What happened then? What happened?
The next question that they gave him, somebody actually asked him, did Jada say for him to do something?
Right.
And he said, nah. Let's see if we can get that right there.
After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, you know, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm going to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us.
Now, after hearing that, do you believe?
No.
Like, he answered it literally. No, she didn't say go do nothing, but you read her.
Yeah, because you know the argument for the ride home gonna be hell.
You read that disappointment in her face, and you knew how she was feeling at that time, and that fueled you to have to get up and act like a man to defend your woman. And I ain't never gonna tell a man not to defend a woman. I'm not gonna ever tell a man that. No. But I will tell a man this. If you take your ass to a comedy show or anywhere where comedians are gonna be, and you sit your happy ass in the front row,
right,
it's a good chance they're gonna give it to you for a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, you got to be able to take a joke, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to take a joke. And Will Smith done took a lot of jokes before then. Like, go ahead and tell us the real situation. It still seemed to me like you hiding something. Something was going on in your life before you got there. And that's what made you make those decisions that you made and made you go off on that tangent. And you was William then. You wasn't Will Smith. You was William. Something made William come out, and he was already brewing because he was right up under the surface. All it took was one thing, and it was on. So, you know, miss me with that bullshit, but tell me no when Bad Boy 4 coming out.
I know. I think
what it called? Yeah, man. We're going to move on to our next story, man. We're going to, you know, I feel like we talked about Will Smith a lot when that shit first happened. So we're going to go ahead and not give him that much time. The next story that I got coming up, man, it's a lot of flooding and shit going on around the Appalachians and Kentucky and everything like that. I think, you know, the Republicans for the longest been telling us that climate change and global warming ain't real. But man, I can tell you, I can see differences in the weather. Now, I don't know for sure. I remember back when I was a kid, they told us it was a hole in the ozone layer that was just getting bigger and bigger. But now they don't never say nothing about the hole in the ozone layer. Like, is it still there? Did we patch it up? Like, what's going on? Like, for real. I watched a TikTok video yesterday, man.
Right.
Blew my mind. Blew my mind. Okay. Now, you know the flat earth people say that we live on a flat earth and it's a dome that just covers the world. They say that it's a dome up there. I don't understand how it's a dome. I don't understand how it got to be a dome.
Right.
That's what they say though. And this guy made a valid point to me that I was just like, damn, I need somebody to explain this to me. He walked outside and he looked up in the sky and he could see the moon. The moon supposed to be hundreds of thousands of millions of miles away from us, but we can't see down the street. So how in the hell can we see millions of miles away, but we can't see down the street? Something ain't right about that. If I can look up, sometimes you can even see it in the daytime. Just walk out there, look and see the moon. But if you look down your street, it's only so far you can see. I don't know, bro. That stuff it's interesting to me. You know, I'm not gonna ever let nobody think I'm a flat earther because I don't know enough about that to even have a opinion. Do I think they went to the moon? No. No. I don't think they've been to the moon. Because if they went to the moon and there was a way for people to sustain life on the moon, them people have all kind of shit on the moon back there. Them people have all kind of, man, they'll have all kind of shit on the moon by now, man. That was in the 60s when they called themselves going to the moon, man. 60 years later and still ain't shit up there. We ain't got nothing but them first 3 rocks they brought back. Man, come on, man. Give me something real. All right, now. The video we got is about
now to your top 10 headlines in just 2 minutes. Police have released the names and ages of those who died in the head-on crash in
Nah, I don't even want to watch that video. That video fooled me, y'all. I'm sorry. I thought that video was about the flood and they finna give me their top 10 countdown. I don't need their top 10 countdown. I'm doing my own as we speak. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move on to the next video that's still talking about the flood, but it's dealing mostly in Kentucky. The governor in Kentucky gave a little speech about the historic flood that's been going on. He wants everybody to keep praying for everybody. And we're gonna play that video for y'all.
Help right now. I know it's dangerous travel conditions. What can people do if they really want to help from across the state right now?
So right now we are in search and rescue, which needs to be done by professionals. If you want to volunteer, you need to get in touch with one of these search and rescue groups. Local emergency management.
Damn people in the corner took me the fuck out.
We don't want to lose people who try to get somewhere to help, but because of road conditions, ultimately can't make it. Listen, we're going to need volunteers for a lot, but we're going to need them in the days and the weeks.
Man, if you can judge a white dude by his cover, man, he just don't look racist to me. He one of them white dudes that like they might be alright. And you know, you can't always judge them by how they look, but he just got that. He'll give you doubt when you walk by look. So, man,
rebuilding the house.
Yeah, man. Shout out Kentucky, man. Shout out Kentucky.
We may end up needing volunteers to help those that we are sheltering during this. Right now, people can collect supplies, and when it's safe, we can get it to the shelters. The most important things are water and cleaning supplies. Right now, I don't know that people.
And man, we're gonna keep praying for them folks. I want y'all to get a little bit of footage too of what it looked like up there. We got a news report from one of their esteemed weather stations up there in Kentucky. Finna go ahead and let you hear that.
Falling overnight. On top of that, the downpour that already caused so much damage. At least 15 people have been reported dead. Officials fear that death toll is rising. Our Mola Lengi is on the scene in Hindman, Kentucky.
In Kentucky, pounding rain causing flash floods, sweeping roofs off homes, washing away cars, and entire neighborhoods left underwater.
Everything's gone, like everything is gone. The whole life is gone.
This Kentucky resident losing her home.
We had to swim out, and it was cold. It was over my head, so yeah, it was scary.
This family climbing on top of their destroyed roof, collecting what's left from the destruction. Officials using helicopters to save those beyond the reach of boats.
Got 10 stuck in apartment 3. Got a family trapped in a home, standing on the counters.
We got multiple people trapped, standing on top of the houses, on top of their...
Boy, they done brought goddamn Katrina to Kentucky. We just got to keep praying for them, man, and hope that they able to come out of this situation. Hope the best for everybody. You know, I hope they're able to rescue as many people as possible. FEMA gonna take care of them, more than likely gonna put them up in hotels and everything. You know, That's what you pay insurance for. But man, what's fucked up about insurance is that if you live in Kentucky, the possibility of you having flood insurance is little to none. Little to none. You gotta have that coverage.
Right.
The insurance company they out to whoop, man. They out to whoop. You have to make sure that you have everything covered, because I'm telling you, man, that's what messed up a lot of people during Katrina. They had insurance. They have flood insurance. You know, you got to have flood insurance. You got to have the right kind of insurance for what happens to you. Now, moving on down the next story, we're gonna break out of Kentucky for a little while, and word came out that Biden is being seen as a little punk all the other by all the other leaders of countries in the world. We're gonna play this video.
Bring in Texas Republican Congressman Michael McCaul. He's ranking member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. You were invited along on the trip with Nancy Pelosi. You declined. Why?
Well, you know, we haven't seen our families in a long time, and I have family obligations, so family first. However, I fully support her going to Taiwan, as I would any member of Congress. Speaker Gingrich traveled. He's the last speaker to have traveled in 1997. And I think it's very important from a political deterrence value that she go. And I've talked to her about that trip. The question is whether she's going to get an airplane or whether the president will tell the military to deny.
Hey, he talking that shit. He want to go spend time with his family. Man, come on, dog. Let's be real, dog. Let's be real, bro. Let's be real. You don't want to go because China said they going to shoot the goddamn plane down.
That airplane. You know, the Biden administration is going to kowtow to President Xi and deny the Speaker of the House, whoever she is, to visit Taiwan to provide political deterrence.
Now they gonna say that the Biden administration is gonna kowtow. That means they're gonna bow down to the Chinese people saying something. But if let's say Biden says, okay, go over there, and China shoot the plane down, now y'all gonna blame Biden for her getting killed. And if he tell her don't go, y'all gonna say he being a punk. So where can he win at in this situation?
We all know that she is President Xi is looking at Taiwan in a potential invasion. This is one of the few instances where I actually agree with her.
So there's all this saber rattling, Congressman, that's going on between China and the United States over this trip. President Xi in this 2-hour phone call that he had yesterday with President Biden saying, quote, "Those who play with fire will be perished by it. It is hoped that the U.S. will be clear-eyed about this." Mark Esper, the former Secretary of Defense in the Washington Post, saying that we can't allow China to dictate who travels where and when, saying we should not take all these declarations and proclamations from Beijing too seriously. If we allow Beijing to start dictating who can or cannot travel, then where does that end? Why are we not hearing that? They
didn't say you can't travel. They just said don't come here.
Those who play with fire will perish by it. That's what President Xi said. If President Biden denies the Speaker of the House of all people, denies the trip to Taiwan, what message does that send to President Xi? It's once again projecting weakness to our adversaries. What does that say to Xi?
I take you seriously.
What did it say to Putin, right? When he did the Nord Stream 2, he invades Ukraine. She's going to see it as weakness. It lays a predicate for invading Taiwan. I think this is a trip that needs to go forward.
Do something going to do it right now while Biden president, because it don't look like he's going to take a goddamn
to defy the Speaker of the House to travel to Taiwan, and it's a sign of support for that country.
Congressman, this is the latest tweet out of.
Now, again, I know people say that I'm what's the word I'm looking for? Insulated. I want the United States to be as insulated as possible, which is to say, only thing I know that Taiwan give us is cheap ass toys. I'm just being real. That's all I know. Now, if Taiwan do something bigger and better than that for us, let me know. But as far as I know, only thing we get from Taiwan is cheap ass toys and cheap ass products. As long as China ain't trying to come take over America or trying to take over an American army base or or doing anything that's gonna bother America. Like they're like we don't already trade with China, so anything China do or whatever, we gonna still be trading with them. Like, where does getting in these folk business help the American citizen at? You know, all I can see is iPhone's gonna be $2,500. That's all I can see. I can see all the stuff that we love to use and everything gonna get higher and higher. That's what I'm seeing. And you know, at the end of the day, man, why can't we take care of us? Nancy Pelosi, I can name a couple of cities in America that's on the verge of being taken over by gangs and violence, and you ain't visiting them.
You just talking about Mississippi.
It's still people in slavery in Mississippi, and you ain't flying out there. It's all kind of America for one need to start taking care of home. I know that we done got used to the whole whole goddamn the myth. We the greatest country in the world. We don't need no help. Nah, man. Shit done got bad. Shit done got thrown off, man. The American dream is dying before our very eyes. Certain people ain't never been able to get to it. You know, it don't make no sense for us to be able to give away billions of dollars, be able to send our military to go fight, which spends billions and more dollars when we need that money to stay at home. And until we start that, man, it's nothing. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and get up off of Biden them for a little while. I just still feel like America need to deal with their own problems before we keep trying to deal with everybody else's problems, bro. Like, every time I turn around, we sending money outside the country.
Like what, 50 billion?
Man, I done lost count of how much money we done sent to Ukraine, bro. Like, and then they done passed another bill where we supposed to be paying down our deficit. Like, we paying to everybody except for the people. And, you know, like, I need for y'all to do something about the situation that most Americans are finding themselves in right now. You having to spend $4-5 for a gallon of gas, man, and then you got to go to work at a job who ain't took your pay up none. Your pay ain't went up none, but the cost of you getting to work then went up. So now you bringing home less money than what you started with, and it ain't due to no fault of your own. And now American voted to sanction Russia. Did no American? I didn't see now citizens just unless they were from Ukraine. They were the only ones I seen clamoring for people to go over there to Ukraine and deal with that, man. Like, we need shit him. We need roads him. We need bridges him. We need better hospitals him. We need better. Instead of sending that money over there, you can keep all the money the police getting now and make a whole nother branch. We can make a whole nother mental health ward with all this money y'all sending off, man. We got problems here. And I just want to see America be great. You know, they talking about make America great again. I want to see America be great. I want to see America be great to its citizens. I can recall a time in history where America just gave away land because people needed it. They just gave away land. If nobody went on that land and the land was free, they just gave it to people. We need that. Black people, for one, have never gotten that. We gave public housing, some shit that we'll never be able to grow wealth off on, and they gave millions of white families motherfucking free land. But now you're gonna give all the money away that y'all claim y'all can't give black people reparations for the atrocities done to them over the years. But we could send billions of dollars across the world. From what I understand, because England, because the Great Britain, because Russia done cut off their oil, I hear we're sending them oil. Now we paying $4 and $5 for the goddamn for gas, but we can send oil somewhere else. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Somebody explain it to me, because I don't get it, man. We're gonna move on, bro. We're gonna move on. But the next story I got. Now I know everybody remember Jalen Walker. Now, Jalen Walker was killed by the police in Akron. I believe it was Akron. Now, Jalen Walker was speeding. He was in a chase with the police. He was armed. He got out the car. He ran. They shot him multiple times. 2 weeks later, same police department, a white girl runs from the police. She's armed. She's actually running with her firearm. She didn't leave it in the car like Jalen Walker. She's actually running with her firearm. Ask me what she at today.
She probably at home.
She might be in jail. I'm not sure if she, but you're right. She probably got bail and is at home. But she's alive. She's alive. Her parents ain't having to be on the news crying and everything. She's alive. Now we're gonna listen to this Cincinnati. You know, Ohio racist as hell. We gonna
Ridiculous. This profanity-laced rant sent veteran Cincinnati police officer Rose Valentino to desk duty. On April 5th, she was pulling into the District 3 station to fill out a report when she noticed vehicles lined on the street to pick up students from school. She activated her lights and quickly became angry when they didn't move.
Is she gonna just sit there?
Body and dash camera video just released by CPD shows what happened next.
Dumb. Oh, I hate him so much. God, I hate this world.
After rolling up her cruiser's window, she uses the N-word. Valentino told investigators a black student gave her the finger, which led to her outburst. She was one of 4 officers profiled by WNWT and featured in a nationally televised reality show in 2011, Police Women of Cincinnati.
Never a dull moment. You go into every situation as if it's the first time
fucking racist.
You know, you've dealt with that sort of thing.
In Valentino's most recent performance review, dated after the rant, she was complimented as a hard worker who uses good judgment.
That's how they
a
do.
supervisor recommended she study for the promotion exam.
That's
in January
how they do.
2019, this official reprimand says Valentino showed body cam footage from a homicide at the Glenway Pony Keg to family members while having dinner at the casino. In March 2020, she was arrested off duty. Her sister and brother-in-law accused her of pushing and hitting them with a closed fist and using an umbrella to repeatedly strike a vehicle. She pled guilty to disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor, and was ordered to attend an anger management assessment.
Kind of
2 years later, she admitted she did not have control of her emotions here.
I hate it.
Valentino told internal investigations, "This is a hard job, and I was getting to a point
and
where I
y'all
was
don't
really
believe in
being
white
affected by
privilege.
it. I've been on for 14
Y'all
years."
don't believe it's a such thing as white privilege. That's
Thanks
the
for
shit
watching
they get
our.
me. Like, it's all over. It's all a black dude who get a jaywalking ticket can't go be no goddamn police. You got to have a clean record. Clean. Oh my goodness. Well, y'all, on the good news, Mega Million was last night. I didn't hit. I fucked around about 2 tickets. I have a 1 number on both tickets. Goddamn. I ain't talking about 1 number on this ticket and 1 number on that ticket. No, I just had 1 number all together. And neither one of them was the goddamn mega ball. But you know, man, they say the winner is from Illinois. You know, people be thinking that because it ain't the South, it ain't racist. It's some of the most racism up there in Illinois and Indiana. But Illinois and Indiana, you know, Chicago is one. It's kind of like Atlanta's a place and Georgia's a place. Chicago's a place and Illinois is a place. Indianapolis is a place, but Indiana is a whole nother place. You know, like they got a town in Illinois, I think that's called Anna. The name of the town is Anna, Illinois. It stands for Ain't No Niggas Alive. And that's the name of the town. I'm gonna give y'all the Mega Million numbers so y'all can y'all can see if y'all want.
Buy the luxuries in life because that's what I hope to do. And then buy everyone that's helped me out a house.
Grab your tickets. We have winning numbers for the country's 3rd largest lottery prize in history. At least $1.28 billion is what's at stake tonight. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Christina Rendon.
And I'm Greg Lee. Let's get you right to the numbers every Mega Millions player needs to check. The winning numbers are 13, 36, 45, 57, 67, and the Mega Ball is 14.
All right, I'm gonna hold that right there so y'all can get that good. Y'all check it out, see if any of y'all got any money. If you did, go ahead and drop the cash out something now. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead and hook your ball up. But I'm glad anybody that watched this, if you won, congratulations. If you didn't win, keep playing, man. Tomorrow might be your goddamn day. We're gonna move on to our next thing that we talking about this week, man. The next thing we got to talk about. This is my TikTok video of the week. I want all of y'all right now to go on over to TikTok and get my page. It's The Real Spill. That's it. The Real Spill. Check me out on TikTok, man. I'm finna play this video for y'all, let y'all get a little bit. This is my most successful video of the week.
Listen to how this textbook describes slavery. The master often had a barbecue or a picnic for his slaves. Then they had a great frolic. Even while working in the cotton fields, they sang songs. The beat of the music and the richness of their voices made work seem light. Yikes, that's from History of Georgia, a textbook published in 1954 that was taught across junior high schools in Georgia for decades. That sort of language is part of an intellectual movement called the Lost Cause, a distorted version of American Civil War history that's been prevalent in the South for a long time. It took shape soon after the defeat of the Confederate States in the war, when Southern historians like Edward Pollard and former Confederate General Jubal Early started preserving the South's perspective through their writings. They framed the Confederate cause as a heroic defense of the Southern way of life against the overwhelming forces in the North. That narrative has a few basic tenets: the glorification of Confederate soldiers who died for a cause they believed in, the belief that slavery was a benevolent institution, and maybe most importantly, that slavery was not the root cause of the war. The Lost Cause is one of the most notoriously effective efforts to rewrite history, and it was done by the losing side. So how did it become so deeply rooted in Southern memory? Blame the United Daughters of the Confederacy. The UDC was founded in Nashville in 1894 to preserve Confederate culture for generations to come. The women who made up the group descended from elite antebellum families, and they used their social and political clout to spread the pro-Southern version of the war as real history. You've probably seen their efforts to honor the Confederacy, but maybe you didn't know it was the UDC. They're the ones who covered the Southern landscape with memorials for Confederate leaders and soldiers. They used their fundraising and lobbying skills to pressure local governments into erecting monuments in prominent public spaces like courthouses and state capitals.
Installed here next to the state capitol by the United Daughters of the Confederacy.
The United Daughters of the Confederacy donated this memorial to the city back in the 30s.
They put them along roadsides and in parks. Any place that was remotely relevant to the Confederacy was memorialized. By the early 20th century, the UDC had 100,000 members and chapters spread all over the country. But mostly... Listen to how this text...
That's my TikTok video of the week, man. I want to go ahead and let y'all get a look at the profile. Y'all can go ahead and follow, like, follow, share, subscribe, do the whole 9. We're going to go ahead and break off into the last part of our show today. The last part of the show, we're going to do the third law of power. That's the series we're working on right now, the 48 laws of power. I do recommend that all of y'all get out there and buy this book, read this book. You'll learn a lot from it. I got a couple other books we're gonna do that's gonna really be teaching you how to get through and be successful in your life. Here goes number 3.
The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Law number 3. Conceal your intentions. Have you ever heard of a skillful general who intends to surprise a citadel announcing his plan to his enemy? Conceal your purpose and hide your progress. Do not disclose the extent of your designs until they cannot be opposed, until the combat is over. Win the victory before you declare the war. In a word, imitate those warlike people whose designs are not known except by the ravaged country through which they have passed. Ninon de Lenclon. It takes effort to control your tongue and monitor what you reveal. It is much more prudent to tailor your words, telling people what they want to hear rather than the coarse and ugly truth of what you feel or think. More important, by being unabashedly open, you make yourself so predictable and familiar that it is almost impossible to respect or fear you, and power will not accrue to a person who cannot inspire such emotions. Train yourself in the art of concealing your intentions, master the art, and you will always have the upper hand. Our first instinct is to always trust appearances. This fact makes it relatively easy to conceal one's intentions. Let's talk about how people conceal intentions and fool you. Use decoyed objects of desire to throw people off. Support an idea or cause that is actually contrary to your own sentiments but will help you achieve your goal. Use this tactic in the following manner. Hide your intentions not by closing up, with the risk of appearing secretive and making people suspicious, but by talking endlessly about your desires and goals, just not your real ones. You will kill 3 birds with 1 stone. You appear friendly, open, and trusting. You conceal your intentions, and you send your rivals on time-consuming wild goose chases. False sincerity. People easily mistake sincerity for honesty. Remember, their first instinct is to trust appearances, and since they value honesty and want to believe in the honesty of those around them, they will rarely doubt you or see through your act. Seeming to believe what you say gives your words great weight. Remember, the best deceivers do everything they can to cloak their roguish qualities. They cultivate an air of honesty in one area to disguise their dishonesty in others. Honesty is merely another decoy in their arsenal of weapons. Bland facial expression. Behind a bland, unreadable exterior, all sorts of mayhem can be planned without detection. This is a weapon that the most powerful men in history have learned to perfect. Noble gesture. People want to believe apparently noble gestures are genuine, for the belief is pleasant. They rarely notice how deceptive these gestures can be. Appearing to belong to a group. The tendency to mistake appearances for reality, the feeling that if someone seems to belong to your group, their belonging must be real. This habit makes the seamless blend a very effective front. The trick is simple. You simply blend in with those around you, and the better you blend in, the less suspicious you become. Remember, it takes patience and humility to dull your brilliant colors, to put on the mask of the unconspicuous. Do not despair at having to wear such a bland mask. It is often your unreadability that draws people to you and makes you appear a person of power. But how do people apply these ways to fool you? Simply dangle an object you seem to desire, a goal you seem to aim for in front of people's eyes, and they will take the appearance for reality. Once their eyes focus on the decoy, they will fail to notice what you're really up to. Politicians use this all the time. Our first historical example would be decoyed objects of desire and making a woman fall in love. The Marquis or Marquise de Sévigné was inexperienced in the art of love. He confided in the infamous courtesan of 17th century France, Ninon de Lenclon, to instruct him on how to seduce a difficult young countess. She made him follow a plan over a number of weeks where the Marquise would be appearing in public always surrounded by beautiful women in the very places the Countess would be expected to see him. He was supposed to assume an air of nonchalance. This increased the jealousy of the young Countess, who was not sure of his interest in her. One day the Marquise, unable to control his passion, broke from Ninon's plan and blurted out to the Countess that he loved her. After this admission, the Countess no longer found him interesting and avoided him. The whole premise of dating is based on games, wild moves, and being unpredictable. If you display your feelings too soon, it becomes an artless show of passion, a door closed that would never open again. In seduction, set up conflicting signals such as desire and indifference, and you not only throw them off the scent, you inflame their desire to possess you. Another example, Otto von Bismarck became Prime Minister of Prussia. Otto von Bismarck was a deputy in the Prussian parliament at a time when many fellow deputies thought it was possible to go to war against Austria and defeat it. Bismarck wanted to go to war, but he knew that the king was not in favor of it. He also knew the Prussian army was not prepared, so he devised a clever way. He publicly stated his praises for the Austrians and talked about the madness of war. Many deputies changed their votes. Had Bismarck announced his real intentions, arguing it was better to wait now and fight later, he would not have won. Most Prussians wanted to go to war at that moment and mistakenly believed their army to be superior to the Austrians. Had he gone to the king, his sincerity would have been doubted. By giving misleading statements about wanting peace and concealing his true purpose, Bismarck's speech catapulted him to the position of prime minister. He later had the country go to war against the Austrians at the right time when he felt the Prussian army was more capable and united with Germany. Yet another example, the Duke of Marlborough used this in the Spanish Succession. During the War of the Spanish Succession in 1711.
And that is a good doggone. I ain't gonna keep doing all those right there. If y'all want to watch the rest of the video, y'all can check it out on YouTube. Old boy gave you his page at the beginning of the video. We done enjoyed ourselves today. God, I know you done had yourself a good time, bro. It's been a great show, man. Great show. Sure. Y'all give me a second to get my screen right, but they messing with me today. There we go. Yeah, man, like I said, man, we done had fun today kicking it, man. It's been a good goddamn Been a good show. Gutta, you got anything to say to the people before we get out of here, bro?
Enjoy y'all Saturday.
Man, I want y'all to have a good weekend, man. Spend time with kids. Get ready to send them on out to school. Have a good year. Man, God bless all of y'all, man. Stay safe, man. And we are out.